Dino, congratulations, man. I see you just won your teen class and also novice class in your last bodybuilding show. That's amazing, man. Your parents must be proud of you. Man, definitely reminds me of myself when I just started it, and it was my first show. I was at 15. I know you started a little bit younger than me. You were like 14 or 13. But yeah, man, that's amazing. It's awesome that that you're doing it. You're doing shows, and I want you to do more, and I want you to show us more. More videos, more workout videos, and just be more a little bit active. But I want to also share a little story. You and me got a little history. I used to come over when I was younger, when I was 13, 12, and it was more like 14. I was like first year of I think high school, and I was into wrestling, and I'd come over and we'd watch wrestling pay-per-views. I was friends with your brother, and I remember one specific night. It was a Royal Rumble, and Rey Mysterio actually happened to win it, and it was crazy because the dude, no one would even think Rey Mysterio to win. Usually it's like somebody, a bigger star. Even though Rey Mysterio is a huge star, I'm not gonna take that away from him. He's a huge star, but it's just something that it didn't seem feasible at the time. But I remember throughout the whole pay-per-view, you were putting your brother into guillotine chokes and behind the back chokes, and no matter what, he couldn't get out of your grasp. I mean, you were ape strong at a ridiculously young age. I mean, I even felt that you and me were wrestling, and I remember I was wrestling back in the day, and I had a little gig with wrestling with kids around the block, and I was not trying to lose against a 7-year-old, so I was giving it my all to not let you choke me or get the advantage. But yeah, it's just funny. I got into bodybuilding, and I learned a lot, and I see you're getting into it, and I like to share my experience to you. And I'm not gonna be telling you nothing. I'm just give you a message about it, but. I feel like there's 3 types of people when you go to the gym. And everybody actually is one type or category, whatever you want to call it. Everybody falls into one category. And that category is everybody is there to improve themselves, whatever it may be. Shedding fat and building muscle, those two. And everybody is there, everybody wants to get fit. Everyone wants to look good for the beach, the beach body type of attitude everybody, the general public has. So, and then there's the passionate people. There's the ones that really go to the gym, just genuinely love training. They love every aspect of it. And there's a separation between 2 people of those types. And I'll talk about one side, which I put myself in this category because I definitely was in this for a little while. So, you got somebody that's amazing training partner. I mean, 10 times out of 10, you're going to have a great workout with this person. I mean, they're there, they're getting their warm up done, perfect warm up. They're getting themselves ready mentally for the workout. And they have like kind of a plan, or maybe not even a plan. They just kind of know how to attack the body. They kind of know their body a little bit more on a deeper level than most people. And these are people that have been training. They've been training for years. They just, they're there, and they just know, what to do to get themselves fit. They basically figured out their formula. They know what they got to do. And I was definitely that kid. I was, I kind of kept to myself, a lot of times, and always wanted to keep myself covered. Always felt like, there's something you want to either prove to someone or to yourself. And it was to myself most of the time. I always wanted to make myself better than last time, better than my last show. Always have like, a pound or 2 muscle added to me, something that, something real, something that I can achieve. And there's those types of people. Their aroma, everything is just so perfect. This is also this is why it's kind of like a gray separation between them. But that gray does matter, because the same person put it into another perspective. That person, they have something more going on. They're a little bit more outgoing, so they talk to a lot of people. They had the same passion, so they're more outgoing, I'd say, and they have what could be a business they already have started. They started personal training. And I see you start personal training. That's amazing. That you're training people right now, and they have things on the internet. They'll have a website. They'll have which is the biggest tool is the internet, and there's a separation between that, because you want to be that other person. That's who you want to be. The truth is, if you want to be successful in bodybuilding, you want to expose yourself as much as you can to the people. You have to immerse yourself. You have to just totally sink into what you are. You have the passion, and you're at the perfect time right now. The perfect time to just take it to another level. You really, you won your show. That gives you momentum. Something that I didn't really have. I wasn't winning shows. The competition was ridiculous when I was going on stage with these kids. Their separation in their quads and their hamstrings were showing, and I was like, you could tell if you look at my pictures, you look at your pictures, you're definitely progressing a little further than I was at the time. But that's really my message. Is like I would say, if I was you, you don't got to do it. Start up. Maybe I would say personally, I would want to see videos. I would want to see you training. I want to see your workouts. I want to see how much weight you can lift, and you could lift a lot of weight, man. For your age, it's ridiculous. I remember spotting you for like 275, and you're like 14, and you were doing it for like 6 or 7 reps, and I was like, what? Like, it just you blow my mind every time, kid, every time. And this show proves it. You proved it. So now all I'd say is, man, just grab the world by the balls, man. Just start off slow. I feel like there's a growth factor between the two people I just was describing. Of one person that's extremely passionate, that kind of keeps themselves, and just they want to just maybe they don't want to be exposed. Maybe they don't want to have people look at them or something. But I feel like if you're in that position, you're passionate, you're training, and you're getting these results, it's kind of selfish if you're not telling people, or you're not showing people how you can, what you're doing. If you're hiding yourself, and like you're keeping yourself, you should do something to return to others. You got to show them, a blog, talk about it, do whatever it can. And I see myself right now ready to progress towards that other side of just basically sharing all the experiences and all the things that I've learned in bodybuilding to others, and help everybody grow together. Because when you see someone who is at that level where they're successful, they got shows they won, they're interactive with people, you're always talking to others, and it's also one side. Also, when you're always on your own, you like to see the mirror and you only, so you might lose a second eye. And what I mean by second eye is another person. It's great to have somebody else to see your progress and to criticize you. You got to have constructive criticism, which I feel like I hid that part. I hid that criticism from others, because honestly, I didn't want somebody to tell me that I'm not good enough. I didn't want somebody to say, "Oh, you got to get your arms a little bigger." I didn't want to hear that. But that's not how you got to think. You got to just always be open to it, and you always got to listen, to others. And when somebody is genuinely telling you the truth about something, they'll tell you, they'll straight up tell you, and then you can sense when somebody's hating on you, when somebody, is just generally just not, they're not telling you the truth. But yeah, I don't want to make this video too long. It's already 10 minutes long. I didn't even think it's going to be this long. I wanted to make it just kind of a brief and just congratulate you on the win. And keep doing shows, man. I want to see videos. I want to see, I want to see what you eat. Show us, kid. Like, help others, help themselves and progress towards being ultimately great in fitness, and that's pretty much it. I keep saying, and you really do. You know yourself. You already got the passion, and I'll leave it at that. Dino, you're a bull. You're a beast. Keep it up.